Hello and welcome to day number 67. My name is Mary and today's story is The Jordan Dries Up. After the two spies came back from Jericho, Joshua commanded the people to take down their tents and move to the bank of Jordan. Then Joshua gave the word, and they marched down toward the river, which was rolling high and strong in front of them. Joshua said, "Let the priests carry the ark of the covenant in front, and let there be a space between it and the rest of the people of 3,000 feet. Do not come nearer than that to the ark." All the people stood still, wondering, while the ark was brought far out in front of the ranks of men, until it came down to the edge of the water. They could not see the ark, for it was covered, but they knew it was under its covering on the shoulders of the priests. Then Joshua said to the priests, "Now walk into the water." As soon as the feet of the priests touched the water by the shore, the river above stopped flowing. Far up the river, they could see the water rising and filling up in a great heap. And below the place they were standing, the water ran on, leaving a great place dry, and the stones on the river's bed uncovered. Then, at Joshua's command, the priests carried the ark down to the middle of the dry bed of the river and stood there with it on their shoulders. Then Joshua ordered the people to march across the river. When they had all passed over the river, Joshua called for one man from each tribe and said to them, "Go down into the river and bring up 12 stones, as large as you can carry, from where the priests are standing." They did so, and with these stones Joshua made a stone pile on the bank and said, "Let this heap of stones stand here in memory of what has taken place today. When your children ask you, 'Where are these stones here?' you shall say to them, 'Because here the Lord God made the river dry before the ark of the covenant, so the people could cross over into the land that God had promised their fathers." Then Joshua told these 12 men to take 12 more stones and heap them up in the bed of the river where the priest stood with the ark. So those stones might remind anyone who saw them of God's wonderful help to his people. When all this had been done, and the two heaps of stone had been piled up, Joshua said to the priests, "Come up from the river and bring the ark to the shore." When they did, the waters began to flow down from above, until soon the river was rolling by as it had rolled before. At last, the children of Israel were safely in the land God had promised to their fathers more than 500 years before. They set up a new camp with the tabernacle in the middle, the altar before it, and the tents of the tribes in order around it. The camp was near the river on the plain of Jordan and was called Gilgal. And there the main camp of the Israelites remained while they carried on the war to win the land of Canaan. Now that was the word of the Lord. And now we come to the discussion questions. Number 1. What went in front of the Israelites' army when they crossed the river? The second part to number 1. Do you remember what was in it? Number 2. What happened to the river? Number 3. Why did they pick up stones from the riverbed? And that was the end of day number 67. Thank you for listening, and may God bless us all. Bye for now.